409 The Heat Sports presents Mad Sports. I am your host, David Hicks, and my co-host,
Richard James.
You notice this week it's just Richard James. In fact, hold on one second, Richard. I'm going to be right back.
While he's wandering off, we'll talk about the NFL this weekend. I believe is what he wants to talk about. But you know what? Football season's over, so we're going to be talking baseball. I don't know what that noise is that he's playing over there, but the Astros play this Friday.
I think you know what this song is right here, huh?
There's no MLB.
Cut it off. As my man Shannon Sharp would say, Rich! Let me just put this right here.
There's no team called the Saints in the Major League Baseball.
Oh, that's good. I like the bag. I'd hide myself too if I were you. First of all, let me just break down.
World Series.
Don't interrupt while the adults is talking. Let me just break it down real quick for you. First off, as you can see, I got my Mardi Gras True Dat Who Dat Saints beads from the official Mardi Gras. I got my black and gold for them Who Dat New Orleans Saints. Got these official Project Rock Who Dat New Orleans Saints glasses on. And I know the segment's later, but just because I won in picks this week and it was gold, I got that Who Dat crown for the winners of the King this week. So I am David Who Dat gonna beat them Saints, not the Cowboys Hicks this week. And we are Mad Sports. Let's talk about it, man.
Yes, sir. Major League Baseball. It's playoff season. We're looking at the Astros on Friday.
You know what?
Playing excited.
That's the best you look in any of our episodes yet. Doesn't he look good, America? You might want to take that off, though. People are not going to understand all your muffled words. But I, on the other hand,
we're over that.
am going to stay bona fide, true-to-fied. Yeah, put it on, man. Put it on.
It was a 2-point game.
Rich, I told you.
Like they won the Super Bowl.
What I tell you, America.
Aren't you a Panthers fan?
What I tell you, man, I've been down with the Saints. Who that? I was at the house. Who that?
Since when? Last week?
I didn't go to Party City and buy none of this today. Who that? That's what I'm talking about. My boys from New Orleans came and they saw.
Didn't even score a touchdown.
And they still beat y'all. Woo! Who that? Let's get into it. Facts and figures. First of all, my boy Dak was an atrocious 22 for 33, 223 yards and 1 interception. I told you he was a bottom basement quarterback. Ain't nobody want to listen to me. Let's get into Zeke. He been at Cabo so long. He had 18 attempts for 35 yards. They said he's still trying to find a first down. Meanwhile, Teddy Bridgewater, who's not even really supposed to be in the league anymore, had 3 broken legs and a fractured fibula,
and
23 for 30.
Couldn't get in the end zone.
And they still won. That's what's a shame about it. They kicked their way into a victory. Who that? Do I need to put the Saints song back on?
We took from that game that's really good. We were wondering about the Cowboys' defense. A little suspect in those first 3 games. A little concerned about the other team scoring. Evidently, they showed that they can step up. That gives us real confidence moving into the next games.
I don't know about all that. All I know is who that. No, I'll be honest with you. I'll get into some facts and figures, but I'm going to stay Saints out right now in the King in the building. So, Dallas had 257 yards.
Yeah.
New Orleans had 266 yards. This was not a very exciting Sunday night football game, to say the least.
Yeah.
45 rushing yards? I just gave y'all some props last week on the 2-headed monster. This week, it was a one-eyed monster because that's all they had. 18 attempts for 35 yards. Zeke, where you at? Look,
it was an atrocious display on offense. I do have to
shirt up
agree
here
with
and
you.
nothing. What happened?
I don't think that's a look you should adopt.
No, and I shouldn't adopt. And I won't.
You
The
should
last
leave that
time
over there in the bag because
you know, you couldn't stop Kamara down the road. Like down the end of the stretch, they just kept giving the ball because they weren't throwing in. They just ran the ball. They had, yes, the defense stopped
they
a
dug
backup
trench
quarterback.
between the 20s, but couldn't get any further.
Defense stopped a backup quarterback. I'm super proud of him for that. But Brees sat over there sweating, playing with his thumb the whole game. This is Drew Brees the whole game. He was just the whole game. Every
he
time
knows he got lucky. He got away with one.
Every time
even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Who that? That's where they found it at. Look.
In all honesty, it's 2 3-1 teams. These are good football teams here.
They are.
And they went in there and they had a defensive battle and they played hard. Both teams showed each other the team's weaknesses. I really didn't expect the Cowboys to run that bad, though. That surprised me.
I didn't expect the offense to perform that poorly. But I think, like you're saying, they reveal some weaknesses, and if other teams can pick up on that, they're going to have to make some adjustments. But I also think this is a potential showcase for a future playoff game between both teams.
Well, I just hope if it is, then we get some more scoring, because I can't who that if we don't get in the end zone again. I'm who that all day long for them. Like I said, I've been a Saints fan since I was whatever, and, it's just saying, never even been to New Orleans anyway, so let's get another.
Yeah. Now that we're done with this regional matchup, let's talk about the rest of the league.
It was some weird, in fact, you know what? I'm a who that. I'm going to keep this on, man.
Keep it on for a second.
Look good.
Enjoy your one moment.
Look good. One shining moment, like the NCAA's in here. Let's talk. It was upside down day in the NFL.
It was.
Who would have thought Tampa Bay would score 55 points?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
The Bucs scored 55 points against the Rams. Winston was 28 for 41 for 385 yards and 4 touchdowns.
I had given up on Winston.
Right when they're about to cut him to another team, literally, he comes out of the gate with 3 stolen lobster tails and 4 touchdowns. Isn't that what he did at Florida? Anyway, I'm not going to let that go. Why are you stealing lobster tails, man? Just go get one of your boys and get it. Anyway, Chris Godwin, 12 receptions for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns, or as I would like to call, if you accidentally picked him up in fantasy football, you went, thank you. But he was probably on everybody's bench, even if you owned him. Jared Goff, look, I don't know if Jared Goff is the quarterback everybody thinks he is, or is he just in a good scheme?
He has a great coach.
That's what I mean.
I agree.
If you put Hopkins with that same coach, would Hopkins put up better numbers? That's a good question. Sure is. Thank you. Anyway, we're going to talk about Hopkins in a little bit, but Goff threw the ball 68 times.
Had 2 games worth of throws in one game.
Doesn't he have a pitch count? I need a reliever to come in, man.
He's
really?
going to need a new arm.
Gurley, 5 attempts for 16 yards?
Yeah, didn't want to pass up Zeke over there. Wanted to just put the running backs on the shelf.
Robert Woods had 13 receptions for 164 yards. That's another one of those nobody probably has on fantasy football. But the Bucs score 55. I didn't see that coming. The Detroit game gives the Chiefs a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, I think the Lions are for real. Each week they've been showing up, and they can't be counted out. They're going to be a surprise this whole season, it looks like.
No, Mahomes had 24 for 42. Again, 42 passes, a lot of passing.
And they still sneaked that game out.
And he didn't throw the ball in the end zone at all. 315 yards. Stafford was 21 for 34, 291, 3 touchdowns. Stafford's just one of those, kind of a backup, kind of not a backup. He's going to give you, consistent numbers, but nothing to really brag home about.
But it leads to that topsy-turvy weekend, because if you had said Teddy Bridgewater and Mahomes will throw the same number of touchdowns and Zeke will run for twice as many yards as Gurley, you wouldn't be thinking it'd be 35 yards to 16 and 0 touchdowns for the quarterback. So
for sure. Cleveland, 40 points. They break out against Baltimore. Not a lot of people thought that was coming either, and they go for 40.
Now they look like the Cleveland that everybody had talked about in the offseason. So are you back on the Cleveland bandwagon? That's the question. Was this a one-timer, or is this a...
Yeah. Nick, I don't know who he is. Chubb went 20 attempts for 165 yards and 3 touchdowns.
We've been waiting for him to show up.
Yeah, he is a good running back, but go to your local bar and be like, man, what do you think Nick Chubb's going to do this weekend? You thought it was a date night.
That's because you're over here in New Orleans territory.
For sure. Yeah. Who that? Jarvis Landry had 8 receptions for 167 yards. The wide receivers, it seems like, are putting up big yardage numbers.
Minus Odell.
Just about to get to that. Odell, $700,000 watch.
He's over there looking at his watch.
$400,000 yacht parked in the parking lot. 2 receptions for 20 yards. He was thrown to 7 times. Yeah, that's not the type of numbers you want, Odell. I'm just saying that's horrible. Lamar Jackson, 24 for 34 for 247 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and then Ingram for 12 attempts for 71 yards. Was a pretty good game. Browns just came out and threw the ball around and took it to them, and Chubb had a lot to do with that. I was impressed. Mayfield looked impressive. It was a good game. We're going to get back into some more games. We're going to talk Panthers. We're going to talk Patriots. Of course, I have a trash pile for this week, and we got to get into the Texans. We'll be right back. This is 409, the Who Dat Sports Nation. And
Cowboys Show.
This is Who Dat Mad Sports. I'm David Hicks, and we're back to Mad Sports. My co-host, Richard used to be Cowboys James.
Still Cowboys James. We're over that loss. We're moving on.
Let's move on then.
Let's go for it.
Let's talk about the Patriots almost getting beat by Buffalo.
Exactly. All the good teams struggle, including Cowboys. Good teams struggled this week.
The Patriots, to me, for some reason, throughout the years, have always had a tough time against the Bills. It seems like they've always pulled it out. But that's always a game you can expect a little less.
The Bills are good this year.
The Bills are good this year. Their defense looks real strong.
Right. They're sitting at 3-1, and it's no joke.
It's a legit 3-1. Yeah, it's a legit 3-1. Let's talk about Brady. First game, he's kind of looked a little older.
Looked like the old Brady, not the gunslinger.
The regular Brady. He's 18 for 39 for 150 yards.
Right. Didn't even measure up to Dak.
I mean, I thought we were past that, remember? Y'all lost. Let's move on.
We have to have a measuring stick.
Well, y'all had the same amount of touchdowns. They had the same amount of touchdowns. I'm just saying. 18 for 39 yards. But the one stat that points out to me, and it's not really a game we get into, but Brady has more wins in Buffalo than any other quarterback since 2001, including the Bills quarterbacks. Like, he owns the Bills. In fact, under their Wikipedia, it says quarterback for the Bills. It has Tom Brady. Like, that's just ridiculous. I read that and I was like, wow. Let's talk about my boys. See, I brought out the new fresh hat this week because we got us another victory. This was a hard game for me to watch because I do like both these teams. But Carolina's now 2 for 2. 2 wins
and Houston still got a win via Kyle Allen with his Houston lineage to University of Houston. So in a way, Houston won.
Kyle Allen gives up 3 fumbles. 2 of them to J.J. Watt, dang near.
But also avoided J.J. Watt on that one play that was awesome.
Oh, with the duck and Hadouken. That boy, 16-10. Another really not fun game to watch. McCaffrey was 27 attempts for 93 yards and 1 touchdown, 10 receptions for 86 yards. I don't know what kind of arm he's got, but we might need to get him under center.
Exactly.
But I do know he has a better arm than Hopkins, who were in the red zone, and we're going to throw an interception. 41 yards in interception. When you watch that play, number one, you're going, what is Bill calling? What is he calling?
People ask that question a lot, though.
What is it? Yeah. So. What is he calling in the red zone? And you knew Hopkins was throwing it. There was not a doubt. As soon as they called his play, he was like, "Finna give me a touchdown." Watson was 21 for 33 for 160 yards, while Kyle Allen was 24 for 34 for 232 yards.
Yeah, Kyle's holding his own. He's keeping the fort down. I mean, Cam can sit on the sidelines a little longer because they're winning. He's
brought life back to Carolina.
They're playing like a team now.
And they need Cam to be healthy.
Exactly.
Because a healthy Cam is still a dynamic player in the NFL. So that brings me to
Well, before you get to that, while you're thinking about
go right
the crash,
ahead.
let me ask you a question here.
Please
Speaking
do.
of that, we looked at the 1993 Vikings. They started 6-0, finished 9-7. 2008 Jets started 8-3, finished 9-7. 2012 Bears started 8-3, finished 10-6. Those 2018 Panthers started 6-2, finished the season out 7-9. Only won one more game. So looking at the top teams so far this year, the Patriots sitting at 4-0, Bills 3-1, Cowboys 3-1, 49ers 3-0, Seahawks and Rams 3-1, Chiefs 4-0. Who do you think will take that midseason crash this year?
49ers.
Saying the 49ers?
I think the 49ers have not proven themselves. Yes, they are an improved team. Haven't played a whole bunch of talent yet. I think the 49ers is a team you can look for. And to be honest, man, I think the Rams are not as for real this year
for the Rams, yes.
as
I can see a
we
plunge.
thought. I mean,
all that matters is you didn't say Cowboys, so we're good.
I wasn't done. I wasn't done with y'all's 8-8 self. Cowboys are still, to me, and it's not Who Dat Nation right now. I'm just saying, Cowboys are still an up in the air team to me.
Right.
They have all the intangibles, but over the last few years, they haven't been able to put it together. So is this the year they put it together? And to be honest, is this the year the coach puts it together?
Right.
He's a good coach. Maybe. At times.
I'm banking more on Kellen Moore, hopefully, with the scheming and all to come together.
So you kind of have this. If I had to pick any of those three, though, it's a toss-up between the 49ers and the Rams, because I don't think the Rams are as strong as we thought they were in the very end.
And the Bears sitting at 3-1 are still questionable to me as well. Their defense,
the Bears
is there. The rest of the offense, when they face teams that can put up points.
When Trubisky goes down, they were happy about it. It's not a good sign, man.
Not at all.
Just not a good sign.
Although Daniel held his own, so.
He did. So we'll see. It'll be fun to watch. It's always, you want to get out to that hot start, though. You would much rather be out to that hot start
absolutely.
than
Crawling your way back from the trash pile.
Yes. David's trash pile of the week. I'm going to go ahead and start us off. You know what this says. Miami Dolphins. I take them, I throw them in the trash. I shouldn't even picked them up from the trash in the first place, but somehow they got back in my pile.
The Bengals may be racing them to the bottom, though, so they may not come in last by the time this season's over.
Slow down, Turbo. You moving ahead there, Nostradamus. I'm just saying. Miami Dolphins over there in my trash pile. Let me go through. Let me just look for my next team. Oh, this is a good one.
Pause it right there. Let me look for my next team. Fix the screen, bro.
Sorry. It's not supposed to time out. Hold on. Let me put these in order real quick. My bad. All right, let's go.
It's on you.
Looking for my next team through here. The Washington Redskins. 0-4.
Well, Dwayne Haskins was all-star material.
You're right. He was trash. You couldn't even get that out of your mouth.
I tried.
Couldn't even get it out.
Give the man a break. He's only played quarterback for 1 year. What do you expect?
Denver Broncos. Don't get high on your own supply. Trash. Right over there. 0-4. Arizona. Not quite 0-4, but a tie. Right back in the trash pile with me. I'm sorry. We had hope for you. Let's see who else we got. Oh, this is a good one. Two trash teams played on Monday. We didn't talk about it because it was a trash game, but the Steelers made it out the pile. But I can't speak the same for those Cincinnati Bengals. We banged them into the trash is what happened. And I have a special bonus trash episode. Their quarterback, Andy Dalton.
Not the Red Rifle.
Yes, the Red Rifle. Sounds like an adult movie name, the Red Rifle. Well, I'm done.
Christmas Story, they may bring them a new one, so they're going to need it.
He should have been in the trash. How long are we going to give this scrub quarterback in Cincinnati? How have they not ran this dude out of town? Pat Newman, you're my boy, good friend of mine, and if you're watching this right now, we're sorry. But your Atlanta Falcons, trash.
They have
right
won
out to
one
the
game.
side. And the Jets, they were on a bye.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they didn't get out the trash. Yeah, as in bye to the trash pile. But I have I have one more, and this is a very special trash. I'm gonna let you play a guessing game, even though you already saw the name that's on the trash. But if I said phrases like "we've got to get better," or "that's on me," or "I have no answers," would you say it's a head football coach in the greatest league in the world? No. You'd probably say it was just some run-of-the-mill Mrs. Johnson down at your local such and such running the 7 o'clock crew. That's on me. You know what? Guys, we got to get it together. Or, I have no answers for the overtime crew. Oh, no. But I'm talking to you, Bill O'Brien. I'm the Bill Belichick wannabe, Mr. Bill Ghost Whisperer, Quarterback Whisperer, whatever you call yourself these days.
There goes our Texan sponsorship.
Yeah, you're right. The ghost is the perfect word because you finna ghost on the way to the trash pile. I'm talking about a horribly coached team. The Texans have so much potential.
They have so much talent.
And so much talent.
Deshaun
And you
Watson.
may be ruining a young quarterback prospect. Yeah. If I had enough energy, I'd walk over there and pick him up and throw him in the trash again. Bill O'Brien is my ultimate trash of the week, and I'm done with him, and he's going to be there. They signed him to an extension.
I know, and the sad thing is every team in that division is still in it. Every team's 2-2. The Texans, Colts, Jaguars, Titans, every single one's 2-2, so that's wide open division.
But we've got to get better.
Absolutely.
And that's on me. But I have no answers. And we'll be right back with Mad Sports. And we are back with Mad Sports. And we're to my favorite segment, or as I like to call it, Domination Jones. Let me put my crown back on this week.
He had a lucky week. It's gone to his head.
Now, you think it went to my head? There's no way it went to my head. I'm one of the most humble winners of all. Man.
But to David's credit, he was 9-6 this week, whereas I sat in at 7-8 in this topsy-turvy week. It was just a trash week. My picks were trash. The Cowboys played trash. It all goes in the trash pile, and we're going to start a new week because for the season, David's sitting at 32-30-1.
Yeah.
I'm at 40-22-1.
We ain't talking about the
he
season.
still has
we
quite a bit to make up.
We talking about last week.
But I'm going to let you enjoy this 1 week.
At 9-6.
You can have it. Your first week.
Whew, look good on me too.
One out of 4.
Boy, it look good on me too, don't it? Boy, that's real plastic right there too. They don't just sell this anywhere, boy. You got to go see my man Johnny in Houston for these right here, boy.
Let's see if you can keep wearing that next week. So we're going to
have
start
a new one next week. It's going to be made out of super plastic. That
Rams
biodegradable. Rams at Seahawks. This week is hard to pick. Like I said, I'm not sold on the Rams. I'm going Seahawks this week.
Okay, I am too because
you would because you're trying to follow the king. I understand. No,
Goff
go ahead.
hasn't proven himself yet. It's a little shaky.
Gurley needs to jump back. Gurley's got to show himself because that
lost a step.
I almost lost in fantasy football because of Gurley.
Whereas Russell Wilson's been consistent through the season, and they're playing as a team.
Yeah, they are.
So, alrighty, your team. We have the Jaguars at Panthers.
Well, I think you already know me.
What your
you
choice
go
is.
with Carolina no matter what.
For me, this is an extremely tough decision because I've been on the Minshew bandwagon. He's brought energy to the Jaguars. He just has that charisma about him and making them winners. But the Panthers, they look really good this weekend.
The defense looks strong.
The defense looks strong. Their running back looks strong.
Their running back is a monster.
So I honestly went back and forth on this and settled finally on the Panthers. I'm going with you this week.
That boy getting intelligent in his old age. I see. That's 2 for 2. He's following the king this week.
Well, we're about to make it 3 for 3 because this one's a no-brainer. Patriots at Redskins. Anyone in your trash pile?
You know, I really went back and forth on how many times I was going to pick the Patriots.
Moving on.
Yes, sir.
Bills at Titans.
Bills at Titans. I'm going Bills. I think they're
I
for
am
real
too.
this
I think
year.
they're for real.
I think the everything that to me they're well coached. The defense is looking strong, and the offense with a bunch of players hardly anybody's ever thought of is playing as a team. Buffalo looks for real this year. Will they bounce back from a loss? They should. It's always hard to win on the road in the AFC, but I'm going Buffalo.
We'll see it. Here's one that had a tough decision. Ravens at Steelers.
Well, I got to give it up. The Steelers came off the trash pile. I'm a big Tomlin fan. I really have always liked Mike Tomlin and what he brings to the table as a coach. If I was playing football again, I would love to have him as a coach. He gets you in the game. You feel, even watching at the house, you feel like I'm ready to run through the wall for him, man. Like, yeah. And so I think Pittsburgh showed me a little something in that game, and to me, they're one of those teams that if they can put it together a little bit, we got a lot of season left. I'm going Pittsburgh.
We're thinking the same because I have the Steelers as well.
Well, this is going to be a fun week.
This is going to be a fun week.
You just don't want me. You don't want. You want
oh, don't worry. There's plenty of room yet for you to mess up. For you to make alternate choices.
Keep that crown, boy.
Cardinals at Bengals. Well, that's another no. Well, that's not such a. You threw both those teams in the trash.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're going to do.
I don't really feel like going to pick one up and just guessing. The Cardinals have a tie. Cardinals, I'm going with you this week.
We're both for the Cardinals so far. Texans at Falcons. Again, another team that was in the trash.
The funny thing is, this game worries me.
Me too.
Because Atlanta still have talent. You know what?
Speed,
you know what Atlanta's problem is? They're red zone deficient. They get in the red zone and they forget what brought them to the dance. They've got all that talent. They've got all that weapons, and they cannot put it in the end zone. I'm going Houston, but it's really a hard pick for me this week because Atlanta scares me.
Right.
But I'm going H-Town.
We're both Texans. So far, we've had the same picks. Next, Saints, Buccaneers at Saints.
Buccaneers at Saints. At Saints. Big win for them. But the Buccaneers come off a big win.
They're 2-2.
But I'm Who Dat Nation this week. Let's go.
Exactly. I'm going to have to ride that bandwagon as well. Saints.
He riding that Kang bandwagon. You see this?
Okay, here might be our first differing game. Vikings at Giants.
The Vikings at the Giants. In New York. I'm on that Jones bandwagon. I'm going New York.
Well, we both are. Okay. Well, we're both Giants.
This dude. You pick the next game first because I need to make sure you're not
typed in here.
I'm gonna make sure you're not copying my Scantron right now.
Bears at Raiders.
Bears at Raiders. The Raiders didn't let me down last week. You said they were going to.
I did.
They didn't let me down, and for that reason, I'm going Chicago.
All right. There's our tiebreaker. I'm going Bears.
Oh. I just said I'm going Chicago.
Oh, you said you're going Chicago.
I'm going Chicago. Last time I checked, Chicago and the Bears were the same team.
You talk so much Raiders, I got confused. Okay, we're both on the Bears for this coming week.
This is going to be a real suspenseful week. Might just see how
we're going to pick the same team again. Jets at Eagles.
Are we? Are we going to pick the same team again? The Jets are coming off a bye. They're rested.
They're resting in your trash pile.
They're rested. Come off of it's the Thursday night game. Philadelphia just got off playing a hard game.
Rams at Seahawks this Thursday night.
Exactly what I said was it's a Sunday game.
Sunday's Browns at 49ers.
At Philly.
That's Sunday.
But the Jets suck. I'm going Philadelphia.
Okay, we're both Eagles. Broncos at Chargers. Another trash pile.
Man, there's just some horrible football teams right now. Who's playing again?
Broncos at Chargers.
I'm going the Chargers. We're at Chargers.
We're both Chargers. Oh, here we go. Finally, a tiebreaker. Packers at Cowboys. He's a Packer.
Yes. Yes. Straight up. We're going to pack them Cowgirls all the way into a loss. Where is it, by the way?
Obviously, Cowboys.
It's at Dallas?
It's at Dallas.
Oh, well, I changed my mind. You got to go Green Bay. Look.
So David has the Packers for one loss.
Yes.
And I have the Cowboys.
We finally have a difference.
Colts at Chiefs.
Sitting right here. I'm going Chiefs.
And we both are there. And Browns at 49ers. This was a tough one.
This was a tough one, too. The 49ers, Good team.
Undefeated.
Coming off a bye.
Rested.
In San Francisco. But Cleveland showed me a little something.
They did.
Even though I don't believe in them yet, if I'm going to believe they become the Cleveland everybody wants them to become, they need to win this game.
True.
I'm going Cleveland.
All right. I have the 49ers.
Perfect. Because I didn't want you to be complaining next week because you copied all my picks and still lost.
So there you have it.
2 games difference.
2 games difference. Yeah, it's going to be hard for you to catch up from my season
That's
record
all right. Well,
at this rate.
You did that on purpose. I get it. You're playing from ahead, and you looked on my sheets before I wrote them as I walked in the door. It's cool. You know why? Because he saw the crown.
Excuses.
He got the crown in his head now. He's like, man, that crown does look pretty good, man. They don't just make this plastic in Taiwan for nothing, man. I'm just saying.
We're going to have to go to commercial.
409 Sports. Man, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to walk out with my head so big. We'll be right back. 409 The Heat Sports presents Mad Sports. We are back. Got a special interview with us. I'm not going to pick a fight with him because I ain't trying to get beat. He's back. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Tell the people who you are and what you do, man.
I'm Jose Ceja, born and raised here in Port Arthur. I compete in professional boxing and professional mixed martial arts, and just whatever has to do with fighting, I'm involved.
Kickboxing too.
Kickboxing, yeah. Jiu-jitsu, you name it.
Hitman fight. No, I'm just kidding. You got a problem we can solve right here. No, I'm just kidding. So, man, look, you got some big news. Came on our show exclusive. Tell the people what's going on with you, what you got going on. I know you got some big stuff coming up, man. Tell the people, because we're excited.
I've been in Houston all year. I was here for a couple years teaching, training, but I just wasn't getting my own, so I had to put my school down and move to Houston, train striking out there. And a lot has happened. In July, I fought Floyd Mayweather's sparring partner, put on a hell of a fight. A lot of people saw that fight, and now they're hitting me up from all over the country. They're offering me deals. They're offering me a 6-fight deal that I might take. I might stick to boxing for now. I'm cutting down to 126 pounds.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be real brutal.
What you walking around with?
Oh man, I walk around about 45.
Ooh.
Oh wow, that's a huge drop.
Yeah.
19
No
pounds.
Dunkin' Donuts for you, man. You get it done over here at the Fit Lab, they'll sweat you to death.
Yeah, I've got to do it right. That's for sure.
Yeah, are you when you cut weight like that for either a big fight or just to get in that weight class and kind of prepare yourself for it, is it more exercise? Is it more diet, or is it a combination of the two real strong?
Yeah, it's a combination of the two. I think, they kind of go hand in hand, but, I would say the diet might be a little bit more important. It's really important that I eat right. I'm on a pescatarian diet, meaning I only eat fish, I don't eat meat, and lots of vegetables, lots of, salads all day.
So you're doing it right. You're doing the gradual lose the weight so that you don't have to drop a whole bunch the week out from the fight.
Yeah,
feeling weak and dehydrated.
Exactly. This deal wouldn't start till January, so I
Okay.
have till January to cut 226 pounds. I try to do it best I can. Yeah, it's best that you cut the weight as early as possible
Right.
and just cruise, and then weigh in, sweat off maybe 8 pounds or so. But yeah, there has been those times where I come in a little heavy and I gotta push. In order to make weight.
Now, how long is the time frame between the weigh-in and the fight? How
About
much time do you
30
have?
hours.
30 hours. So you have a little
Yeah.
bit of time to eat a little bit and hydrate again and prepare.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
sometimes a little bit more than that. I mean, sometimes weigh-ins is in the morning, sometimes it's in the afternoon.
Okay.
When it's in the morning, you get a full day and a half to rehydrate, get
Nice.
some fuel into you, and man, I've gained 14, 16 pounds overnight.
So you'd be
man.
Me too, but it wasn't for the fight. You know what I'm talking about? Thanksgiving. What? Oh, sorry. That's for a different fight. That's for that family fight. Everything. Do you find it hard? Like, is weight cutting one of the hardest things you do in the fight game?
Oh yeah. Marquez used to always say that the first fight is the weight cut, and then it's the fun part. Getting in the ring. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. That just happens. I love fighting. I love being in there. The weight cut is work.
Yeah.
It's real work. Seriously.
And talking about loving fighting, to talk about getting more people to appreciate the sport, because if anybody that follows the sport and has an appreciation for it usually does it at some level. For instance, the Tour de France is the largest cycling event every year, but hardly anyone watches it unless you start riding bicycles and then you understand the sport and you want to watch it. So what can people do to get involved with a type of boxing exercise, some type of bag work, shadow boxing? What would you recommend so that people could do a little bit of boxing without necessarily having to get in the ring and actually spar with someone, to where they would appreciate the sport more, understand it more, and then they want to follow it and watch it more?
Yeah.
Grow that fan base. Come find you?
Come find me, yeah. Come find me. I'm teaching in Port Neches. I'm back here for at least 6 months, maybe for good, who knows, but I started my classes. I teach kickboxing, I teach Bang Muay Thai, which is a system I learned in Lake Charles. Yeah, when you understand what's going on, you're gonna enjoy it so much more.
Right.
I came from boxing, so I transitioned to MMA. Before that, I didn't know what was going on the ground. I didn't know who was doing what. As soon as I learned a little jiu-jitsu, I fell in love with MMA a lot more because I knew what was happening.
Right.
So it also helps to have a good commentator. Legacy has Pat Miletich. He's amazing.
He's a beast too.
Joe Rogan is the head commentator for the UFC. He's also amazing. He's very articulate and is able to explain what's going on the ground.
And has a semi-popular podcast.
Yeah.
Semi-popular. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But it helps to know the sport for sure.
Right.
And everybody should do martial arts. Why not?
I agree.
I think that what stops people is just fear, just insecurity, and that's the whole point. You're supposed to go there to face your fears, to gain confidence and all that. So you just gotta step in the door. That's all you gotta do. Yeah.
And you'll take them from there.
Oh yeah, jiu-jitsu. I don't teach much of jiu-jitsu, but jiu-jitsu is for everyone. It doesn't involve any punches, kicks, or strikes at all. It's all, locks, chokes.
Okay.
And jiu-jitsu actually means the gentle way in Japanese. So it's a really special martial art because it's for everybody. Kids, women, you name it.
Perfect.
You can do it. Yeah, as long as you want to do it.
Is there who are you watching right now in the fight game? Not necessarily the fight, but just in general, I'm a ball player, so I watch, LeBron or somebody I follow Russell Westbrook because I enjoy his game. Is there somebody particular in boxing or mixed martial arts that you're just when he has a fight on, you're like, yo, I gotta watch this guy fight. I enjoy watching his fights.
Man, Israel Adesanya. He's gonna be fighting
Coming
in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, he's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. He's phenomenal. I've been following him lately, and in the boxing world, Manny Pacquiao still doing his thing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love Manny
still
Pacquiao.
a legend.
I love Manny Pacquiao. He just beat Thurman. Thurman's 15 years younger than him?
Mm-hmm. Something like that,
And he pounded him. He destroyed him. So, just goes to show age doesn't matter.
He's setting up that Mayweather Pacquiao 3 or 2. They want that money.
Yeah. I hope that happens. But, it just goes to show, man, age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah, for sure.
I've got plenty of fight in me. I've got plenty of years of fighting in me. So I'm going to keep at it.
Are you excited? You're teaching, so does it excite you to see the youth and just being able to kind of bring that next generation of fighters in, especially now with the expansion of mixed martial arts? For so long, they looked at boxing as, not necessarily an inner city thing, but almost something that somebody had to do it. You know what I mean? Like boxing was more a cultural thing where it was fighters were known even coming up in they had to do it type thing. Like I only had this, I had to come. Now it's fighting and mixed martial arts. It's such a broad spectrum of people that all ages, all races, all creeds, nationalities. You see it everywhere now, just accepted more like a football or a basketball. Does it excite you to be able to teach this next generation, hey, this is what we can do, and like you said, the discipline of martial arts and the different things you bring, does that excite you?
Definitely. I've had lots of students who have excelled at this. Mm-hmm. Before I left Port Arthur, I had a school for 2.5 years, so I'm very passionate about teaching. I love teaching, and boxing has been worldwide for a while.
Yeah.
MMA is recently became worldwide.
It started exploding.
Right.
Yes, and
Overtook everything.
And the reason everybody likes it is because fighting is in all of us.
Oh,
we
yeah.
all love fighting.
sure.
Babies. If a baby smacks another baby, he's gonna fight
Smack
back.
him back. That's right.
Smack
It's
him back.
instinct.
Instinct, exactly. That's what I was saying.
It's a natural instinct that we're born with, so we shouldn't harness it. We should use it.
Yeah, for
You get all kinds of benefits. Mainly, you become more determined. You become you become more. You have more willpower. You have more discipline. You name it. It
You feel
enhances
better
it.
about yourself.
It's the confidence that you talked
boost
about.
is huge.
Absolutely.
The confidence boost is huge. I've had kids who come and they're like real shy. They just come out their shell, man, and they start doing their thing. So I used to take kids to Houston to compete, adults to Houston to compete, and we would do real good.
Speaking of
Real good.
competing, do you have another fight lined up yet where we can see you, or are you still just in talks over potentials?
Yeah, right now I'm in talks over potentials. I'm having a lot of offers, but I need to get my life outside of fighting in order for now. And they're offering me, I'm being considered for this one particular deal that will begin in January.
Okay.
So if that happens, I'll be cutting 126 pounds, and I'll be doing some boxing.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll be
Tell
doing some
tell the people at home where they can follow your career as far as Instagram and social media, and also where they can get more information on your school.
Instagram is team_Seha_MMA. So you can follow me at Instagram anytime. Message me there. Facebook, I'm under Jose Seha, and I'm back in Port Neches teaching.
Awesome. Awesome.
And
just get
Seha
in touch
spelled
with me.
C-E-J-A.
CEJA. That's right.
Yeah,
Seha
man.
means eyebrow in Spanish, by the way.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Learn something new every day, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Well, we wish you the best. Your attitude about the fight game and just the way you kind of light up when you talk about teaching youth and stuff like that is an awesome thing to see. Continue striving and going for your goals. And like you said, man, the best is yet to come, man. There's more to come, and keep pushing and
We're cheering
enjoy
for
it.
you here,
Yeah.
for sure. We're in your corner.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Y'all go follow my man on Instagram, get his likes up, get his follows up. It's all about that social media game anyway now. So, man, go follow him. Go tell people about him. There's a fighter on the rise. He's pushing. Plus, he's got something going on teaching our youth, man. We need more positive people like this. It's 409 The Heat Sports. It's Mad Sports, and we'll be right back.
But we're doing college first?
Yeah.
Okay.
4.
We are back. 409 The Heat Sports presents Mad Sports. I am your host, David Hicks, and my co-host,
Richard Dallas Cowboys James.
even though we're talking college football now, I understand.
You have to recruit from somewhere.
Yeah, from somewhere. Yeah, you see, he still broke up. He's been crying all weekend.
It's been a rough weekend.
been-
I'm not going to lie.
all up
it
in
was,
here.
It was a
lot of
tough
tears.
Sunday
You
night.
get that mucus and tears in
But
you.
let's talk college.
talk
We're on from the NFL. We're all about Major League Baseball and college football.
That's right. Go Astros. We'll get more in. Look, all right. I will say this before we go on any farther. We went a little hard on baseball last week.
We did.
And I had some people talk to me about it, and I look from both Richard and I want to apologize to absolutely no one.
Someone
okay?
actually talked to you about baseball?
Look, I want to apologize to nobody because I don't care if you got your feelings hurt because we didn't talk about your 142,000 games and how much. Look, next week
Go back
we'll
and
talk
see
more,
the rant.
We will talk more about baseball when the Astros actually have an opponent and they're about to go to the World Series. I promise we'll get into baseball, but until we get closer to the World Series, y'all still have 78,000 games left and it's the playoffs. Too many games. Anyway, talking college football.
College football. There's been a little change up in the top 25.
Little change up.
With the top teams, we have Alabama at number 1 now, number 2 Clemson, 3 Georgia, 4 Ohio State, and 5 LSU.
Unless you're going into the coaches poll, and then that 4, 5, 6
Right,
OSU
flips around.
It just flips around. Same thing with the bottom 10: Florida, Wisconsin, Notre Dame. They just all flip-flop. Texas is now 11th in the APA. They're 12th in the coaches. they're staying right around that area.
Yeah,
That if
which
you
I
get a
think-
couple losses,
Right now, all the teams above them are undefeated. So
That's
I have
right.
no objection
which
to
makes that Cotton Bowl game against Oklahoma
that. Critical. It
big
does.
game, big game. Clemson,
I have no problem with Alabama moving up to this top spot
I don't either. Clemson goes into North Carolina
and almost lost.
squeaks by.
Exactly.
The only reason they squeak
And
by,
I don't see North Carolina on this top 25 list.
not at all.
So
and I'm a
that's a
hometown
statement.
boy. I'm just saying, they squeak by because Mac Brown puts his wrinkled old boys on the table and says, "I'm going for it." Look,
You talking about somebody's khakis again? Because
Nah,
that
I ain't
guy
talking about-
won
I'm talking
this
about
week.
what's in-
Harbaugh brought his pants that you talked about.
I'm talking
and
about
took home
what's
a
in his
victory.
khakis. He put them on the table this week.
I tried saving it.
Nah,
but-
forget it. I'm putting them out there because Mac Brown did. He said, "We're going for it." Hey,
Hey, credit
everybody,
to him.
there were so many people that gave him hate for it, and there were so many people. Look,
Yeah,
it's
but
50-50.
at his age, well, why not? You don't
Not only
have
that,
that
but look, Carolina is nobody
much.
this year.
Exactly. And the shorter that game can be, you go into overtime, your odds are
Yeah. So
become
why not?
slimmer and
The-
slimmer, so that was your chance.
Clemson had the momentum.
exactly.
They had everything going for
I
him.
like the move.
I like the call because
Yes, I do
if he
too.
makes it,
You're a hero.
they're a hero and legend. Now,
And Clemson's 5th,
Good-
6th, 7th in the polls.
good call, bad play call.
Exactly.
Good call to go for it, bad play call. Lawrence didn't really show us as much as he has in the past. He was 18 for 30 for 206 yards. The big games to me, Notre Dame over Virginia, 35-20.
Yeah.
The Notre Dame defense showed up to play.
They're still showing they belong in the
8
conversation.
sacks, big time. Number 17, Washington versus number 21, USC, 28-21. Salman Maham had 17 carries for 153 yards and 1 touchdown. Ohio State, look, Gabrielle Union, I love you, baby, and you fine and all. Dwayne Wade, he was a monster on the NBA, but look, to get up there on national TV and embarrass yourself and say Nebraska had a chance in that game.
They stuck to their guns, though, in that pregame show. They were
Yeah, they did.
hardcore.
They stuck to something.
Nebraska. and it
Just like that sign in the back. I'm just saying, 48-7.
Yeah.
Nebraska didn't even. I don't even think Nebraska
I don't
got
think
off
Dwayne
the bus.
has any eligibility left to be
No.
able to step on the field and help
No,
that
and he
team.
wouldn't have been able to help them anyway with both them bad knees. I want to say this: Oklahoma smashes 55-16. They do work. Hurts 17 for 24 for 415 yards and 3 touchdowns, 9 carries for 70 yards and 1 touchdown. Alabama over Ole Miss 59-31. Tua had 26 for 36, 418 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 touchdown run. I'm saying that fast to get this out. Do you think right now it is a 2-man Heisman race early in the season? Because it looks like to me we've got these two. Used to be an Alabama quarterback, now is Oklahoma quarterback, and the Alabama quarterback, I think they are going head to head right now.
Unless
for
we
that
think of the
Heisman.
LSU quarterback.
He's up in there. He's up
up.
in the conversation.
I think
for
it's
sure.
still. I
It's
don't know
still
if
a
I'd
big
say,
race. It's too early.
It's too early to just limit it to 2 at this point, but they're definitely the front runners.
To me, they're the front runners.
They're the
and
front
that's-
runners.
It's they're already talking Heisman, of course,
Right.
and it's going to be a big topic soon.
They're
So
both talented. They're both
those
going
two
to,
right now, every week in and week out, they're talking smack about each other.
Right.
Look, the football gods want to see Oklahoma and Alabama in that final game, and it would be awesome for the storyline.
Right.
It's like the WWE. The matches mean nothing if you don't have a good storyline. This will be an awesome storyline to see these two go at it. Nobody
they're
wants to
going
see LSU and Alabama again unless you're in the SEC.
Clemson,
Nobody
Alabama.
wants to see Clemson. Yeah.
repeat.
Oklahoma, Alabama is that storyline game with those two quarterbacks going head to head.
If they hold up through the season
Yeah.
the way they are now, that would be an awesome matchup.
That's kind of the game I would love to see. Big matchups and games to watch this week. You got a 4-0 Iowa versus Michigan, who's at number 19, 3-1.
And I'm looking at number 7 Auburn, at number 10 Florida.
Just about
I think
to
that's
say
the
that.
game of the week.
Auburn and Florida. Florida has got to put it more on the right track, and this is the way they do it, and it's by beating Auburn.
Exactly.
You got to be
You
able
have
to
to
win a
win
game
this
like
one.
this. Michigan State versus Ohio State is an intriguing matchup to me. Even though Michigan State is ranked 25.
They're tied with Texas
College
A&M.
football.
Texas A&M has you rattled there.
A little bit. They're ranked. They're 4-1, and Ohio State, number 4 team in the nation. This is one of those trap games. If Ohio State does not come to play, a team like Michigan
Although Ohio
State,
State's favored by 20.
yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
but
the line.
It's one of those games that if Ohio State is not watching themselves, you fall to a team that's 4-1 overlooking them.
Exactly. This time to do it, 7:30 p.m. It's a primetime game
Yeah.
on ABC. So
Let's keep on to the college football and talk about the local team real quick, because they are college
Yes.
football. 24-17, Lamar drops to Stephen F. Austin in the homecoming game. Lamar has lost. They haven't won a homecoming game since 2014. The backup quarterback is playing for him right now, Jordan Hoy. He was 12 for 24 for 127 yards.
had a tough time
but
out there.
He struggled to get that
I
127
think the
yards.
coaches need to help him out. He has 3 huge tight ends that are billboards out there that if they would just run short routes and dump them to them,
Billboards.
they're like Jason Witten. They're huge. They can run a 6 flat 40 and they'll still be able to catch the ball because nobody can get around them.
The few times they threw the tight ends the ball without a penalty, mind you, they were unstoppable. They're huge.
They could have marched the ball down the field and taken the pressure off the quarterback.
There was some bad coaching calls to me. You cannot run an option with a guy who's built like a 7th grader. Just saying. You got to get him in the weight room.
He's a small quarterback.
Small, and he's not super fast.
But
He outrun me, but that don't give you nothing.
If he can just release the ball quickly, big number 89 is sitting there.
Yeah.
Open. 81, open.
He got that deer in the headlights problem. Every time that anybody on that defensive squad got through, he immediately would tuck that thing down and never look again for a receiver. And the receiver was not coming back to him.
The receivers are 20 yards up the field, and he's looking 5 yards up the field and running for his life. You're not going to complete a pass like that.
I don't understand. Can we not dink and dunk a little Patriots football?
Exactly.
Can we go 5 yards and turn around? No, we got to go 20 every play like it's flag football out there. We got to score a touchdown. Like we're playing blitz, 99. I mean, every time he would drop back, everybody go long. That's that play in the dirt. Look, you the Coke bottle. I don't want to be the Coke bottle. All right, you the rock. You go long. You the glass piece. You go left long, and you the pencil, and you need to go right long. All right, break, and we go play. Come on, man. Everybody can't go deep. That's what man. And the kickers. I don't usually talk about kicking. I don't usually talk about kicking, but they got a kid. And we're picking on kids here. I know it. I get it.
awful.
But I'm ruthless right now because I got them in my rant.
Poor
later.
guy.
The guy. This dude.
That was a kicking exhibition.
His average punt was 28.3 yards. His long was 36.
I tried to give him the first one saying he shanked it off the side of his foot, but by the time you're on the 3rd and 4th punt, which had plenty of punting opportunities, but the way they were playing, it was,
they bring in Bailey Giffen. He gets 4 punts in the second half. Brand new kicker, and all of a sudden he's averaging 41
much
yards.
better.
Perfect spirals through the air. His average was better than the other guy's longest. That's a problem. You got to do better, Lamar. We know we root for you. You got to do better right now. You're 2-3 and 0-2 in the Southland
And you
Conference.
have the potential
You have
to
the
do
potential.
so much better.
You got some beast on that offensive line.
Right.
There's some beast on the defensive line.
You have some talent.
We've got to see something better from you, or it's going to be a long season. And that's all we got to say about college football, but we hope they come back with a victory next week. And we will be right back with everybody's favorite segment, Richard's Rant.
LU.
And we are back to the hottest sports show out right now on social media, YouTube, and the world, Mad Sports. I'm David Hicks.
Richard James. And this is my segment, although he's already ranted earlier today, and we're going to give him another opportunity in a moment to rant some more
it should
because
be changed to Mad
it
Sports
should be
/ he
David
rants a lot.
Disses.
They call me he rants a lot. I keep trash bags on me. Let's go.
Ranting, I'm going to turn it on the fans this week. Fans, short for fanatics, and fanatical behavior, which some of us need to curb. Look from earlier today. But you fans out there who think you're special because of a certain team that you may root for, when it comes down to it, you didn't even really select that team. Think about it. Most of you are rooting for a team because your parents rooted for it. You grew up in a certain part of the country and everyone around you rooted for it. You've rooted for them since you were a little kid and it was just part of your life. And now you're out there cheering for, whether it's the Cowboys, and hey, I'm guilty of it. I'm a Cowboys fan. From being a little kid back in the Roger Staubach days, I like the Cowboys, one player. No matter what the Cowboys have done since then, I've been a fan. Always a fan. But some of the fans take it a little too far, especially you keyboard warriors out there who like to get a little too fanatical with what you may be saying and calling out to people, or even some that come to blows if we go to certain extremes, or drunken behavior. Need to curb that and think about, yes, it's good to have fun and to share your opinion, and we all want to be accepted and be in a group and have everyone around us cheering for the same team and like to hype it up. And you have distractions in your life and stresses, and you can't beat up your boss or get mad at a spouse, but you can take it out on another fan. Well, sometimes you step over the line, and we need to remember that as we go, because so many times it's hype. It's like buying that diamond ring. I may catch some flack for this, but it's all hype. The Beers did a great marketing strategy. Back in the 1930s, nobody bought diamonds, and they knew that. So they started a whole campaign about a diamond is forever. And they started a whole campaign about that's why you need to buy one for your fiancé. But here's the flip side of it. They know as soon as you buy that diamond, when you walk out of the store, it's worth less than 50% of what you paid for it. And then they tell you, hey, that's an heirloom. You need to hold on to that. So they've eliminated the secondary market. So they're not having to compete. They're just selling you a fresh diamond. That's like your team. Your team could be horrible, but it's still a diamond to you, and you're still cheering for them. It's not rational. That's fanatical. Fans, think about it. It's all hype, and it makes you feel good, which is wonderful. We need that in our life. But at the same time, keep it in check. Same thing with everybody. It's like, I'm from the north side or south side. Hey, if you're up in New York and you're over here chanting, I'm from the south side, Beaumont, Texas, nobody cares. They don't know where the south side is. They don't know where Beaumont is.
That's true.
Think larger.
West side of
Embrace the world. It's a big world out there. It's just don't.
I get what you're saying.
Pigeon trap. It's the same thing. Hey, the Cowboys, that's my family. Hey, he's got a rap sheet longer than my forearm, but I'm still for him because he's a Cowboy. It's just like your family members. You know you have family members that if you weren't related to them, you would never talk to them. You'd run from them. You wouldn't even associate them. But oh no, he's blood. He's blood. That's my cousin. I know no one else will do anything with him, but we're related. Have some common sense. Enjoy the game, but think about your fanaticism when it comes to some of these teams. I mean, I'm fanatical about the Cowboys, but I'm not going to turn around and hate on someone else because you're a Bears fan.
You're not finna hit me because I'm who dat.
They're not who dat, but hey, you got people over here that, hey, I'm a secret Bears fan because my dad took me to a Bears game when I was 2, and I've always loved the Bears since then, but I'm going to talk about the Patriots because they're winning. So everything stems back to an emotional point. Enjoy it, have fun with it, but keep it in check.
Don't go too far.
Don't go too far with it. And that's my rant. We'll get on bandwagon fans later. That was another segment.
You got a little heated there.
Take your diamonds and family members.
Take your diamonds and your family members. Well, look, my rant this week, Lamar, I love you.
Diamond in the rough.
And I'm picking on y'all a little bit this week, and I hope it doesn't affect our relationship as a show with future endeavors. Because I'm at every basketball game. I'm at every football game. The players can vouch for us. My boys are there. Y'all know me. Y'all know my family. The only reason I bring up Lamar as my example is because we just went to the Lamar homecoming game. But I see it throughout other schools. I played college basketball. Almost played college football. The biggest thing with recruiting, yes, you want to play for a good team, but you're young, you want to have fun.
True.
They want to bring fans into the football game and have them stay for the whole game. It's a close game. Half the fans by halftime are going home.
Lamar needs to be more fanatical.
Yes, because they're tired of sitting like this. Sports is entertainment. And if you do not build an entertaining vibe and an entertaining atmosphere around your game, the people don't want to be there. You don't want to sit on a metal stadium seat with your butt hurting for 4 hours unless you're being entertained. And just because it's not entertaining on the field doesn't mean you're not entertaining in the stands. There's plenty of schools out there, especially in college basketball, you see a lot, but college football too, that have horrible teams that lose game after game after game.
Crazy fans.
But they're always sold out. People are painting faces, shirts off with the names, crazy hair, crazy noise, because they've built an entertaining atmosphere. You've got to step it up. I need music. I need dance cams. T-shirt cannons. You can't afford that? The T-shirt slingshot. Throw out more than 3 a game. Where's the mascots at running around? You can't just have the band and 7 cheerleaders going, let's defense, and everybody else is doing this. The basketball games are even worse than the football games. I sat there at the football game going, where's the entertainment? In between timeouts and plays, where's the entertainment?
They need 4-9 the Heat Sports.
They need something. Look, I know they've got my man who's been there forever announcing the games, but where's the hype man at? That's getting them to yell defense. That's getting them to chant. They're getting them to stand on their feet. They bring the little noise graphic up and nobody even says anything, and it's just there. They brought an instant replay up. The graphic went up 4 times. It said instant replay. They never showed the replay, and we were 2 plays past that already.
Then they showed the replay.
Then they showed the replay of the wrong play we wanted to see the replay from. The entertainment factor is not there right now at Lamar and for a lot of small schools. And if they would build an atmosphere.
Right.
We go to a Rockets game, and I know it's NBA, they got a bigger budget, I get it, but you go to a Rockets game, the Rockets were getting beat the game we went to. Best game we've ever been to. It was so much fun. They did a dance cam Sunday for a Raising Cane's deal. They showed 3 people. And the camera stayed on one guy for 40 seconds as he just...
On that note, my rant doesn't apply to these fans.
Fanatical? I need you to get a little more fanatical so you can build the atmosphere. Build me some entertainment. You can have fun. You can have a good product on the field. Match it with a good product in the stands. Why can't you build an atmosphere? Nobody wants to go to the games because they're not having fun.
That's where that emotional
Make it
tie-in.
the place to go and the place to be. That's my rant. And I'm down with the north side, south side, west side, and east side of any city you're in.
Anywhere, any out, because the world's a big place. Explore it. Get to know it.
Richard James. We'll be right back. Well, we are back, and before we wrap up this week's amazing episode of Mad Sports, we hope you enjoyed yourself, but we are talking about a big game coming up this weekend in high school local football. Richard, take it away for us.
We've got Westbrook Bruins versus Beaumont United. Now, here's the thing. Beaumont United's been looking great. I mean, they've exceeded all expectations, but unfortunately, from my perspective, they're going to run into their first buzzsaw this weekend with the Westbrook Bruins. And
are we putting this on our picks?
Here's what
Well,
I'll put them up.
I think we'd have the same
I think
pick.
we had the same pick. But here's one fact that will lend to that. Westbrook is ranked 35th and 240th nationally, whereas Beaumont United is ranked 922nd to that 240th nationally and 121st to that 35th statewide. That's a huge gap.
Huge gap.
And that does speak to where the two teams are. And Westbrook just has an energy about them that I think
Defensively,
hard.
I think Westbrook is going to be. That's going to be the difference changer in this game. It's a big game. It's two teams that at the beginning of the year, no one would have came in and said, "Look, when they come to this game, Beaumont United is going to be undefeated, big win over Port Arthur." It's the game to see.
It's the game of the week for sure.
Well, it's also going to be our high school game of the week, and the winner will be our high school of the week. This is a chance for Beaumont United to be the first ever double, two-time,
And it
might
would
even
be
give them that crown.
an upset
Got it in the
victory.
background. Yes, it would be an upset victory. It's a tall order, real tall order. Like I said, that Westbrook defense just looks like they're on another level. They're well coached, and it looks like they're really ready to bring it out. But that's why they put on the pads. That's why they go out there and hit them.
A couple of other notable games this week locally. We've got P&G at Vidor,
Which is always a good game.
That's always good. We have Jasper, that's 3-1 at West Orange Stark. That's also 3-1. So that's a good one. And then we have Kelly High School versus Deweyville.
Which will also be a good
So
game.
that'll be a good one too. So those are some games to look out for locally.
High school sports, man, it's fun. Those Friday night lights, heck, those Tuesday night lights. My middle school son was out there tonight getting after it, man. Football is definitely in full swing, and they are playing it almost every day of the week right now, from high school to middle school, all the way up to the pros. So it's a fun time, big game. Beaumont United versus Westbrook, Battle of Beaumont. We'll see how it goes. We hope y'all enjoyed Mad Sports. We hope y'all enjoyed our craziness as always. We'll see what happens with his boys this week. You know, it's
A win.
we'll
win.
see. Don't make me get the crown back out because we know what time it is.
Cowboy Nation. Or is that Raider Nation? Well, it doesn't matter. Cowboys America's team, so we can say anything we want. Victory.
That's why I don't fool with him outside this show. We'll see y'all next week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Mass Sports.